Hey everyone, Zephyr here, and welcome to me building in The Sims 2. Today we are building a custom content-free house. And this house is actually for my custom neighborhood that I'm working on that is going to be based off of the Canadian maritime provinces. I have not given up on the neighborhood. It's been a while since I've worked on it, but I'm back in my neighborhood creating era, and I'm genuinely putting in the work this time. Not only did I create this house, but I also created the map for the neighborhood, which I was putting off doing because I wasn't sure if I wanted to just make an island or make a, whole landmass situation. I was originally thinking kind of like a Prince Edward Island kind of vibe, but then I decided to kind of just make my own thing, make a fictionalized version of a town that might be in either New Brunswick or Nova Scotia, or I just wanted the town to encompass the whole Maritimes and not just, an island. I'm sorry, Prince Edward Island. You're not a special little snowflake. I wanted the hood to represent everyone and not just you. But yeah, this house is also a starter home. So not only is it made with no custom content, it is also fully accessible for any sim that you have. And I'm debating whether or not I actually want this house to be lived in when the final neighborhood is completed, because here's the vibes, okay? I think I want the neighborhood to be mostly fully populated. However, I do want to be able to have some starter homes available for you guys, like if you download the neighborhood, so you could just, throw in a sim if you so please and start playing instead of playing with the playable families. Like, that's the vibe I'm going for. So I'm not sure which starter homes are going to be inhabited and which are not. I kind of have some ideas about what kind of sims I want to put in this neighborhood. It's just I don't know the specifics yet. I do know that this house is decorated for maybe a set of parents or a single mother. I was kind of imagining a single parent type situation in this home. And the house also has a nursery. So if there was a sim that was gonna be in this house, it'd be that kind of sim. However, I feel like this house is a good candidate to just sit empty in the neighborhood because it has everything your sim will need. It has room to expand. I think it's the perfect starter home, and I don't know if I want to waste that on a, pre-made family. But then again, when you're downloading these neighborhoods, I feel like you're not particularly interested in maybe making your own sims anyways. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I end up doing here. Because personally, if I were to download somebody else's neighborhood, I wouldn't want to throw in my own sim, actually. I feel like some people would, but I don't think I would. But I still like the idea of having empty homes in this neighborhood. I just need to start creating families in this neighborhood, and then I'm sure I'll, figure out who lives where, just based off vibes. Like, right now I don't have the Sims, so I'm not sure where they're gonna live, because they don't exist. Once they exist, I'll be able to cater, their personalities and living situations to their home. And you might be saying, Zephyr, this, wood paneling and tile situation is a bit much. Like, what are you doing? But this was the vibe at the time, okay? I'm imagining this neighborhood was set in, the mid to early 2000s, and I'm representing what the Maritimes looked like back then. Since this game was released in 2004, I feel like it only makes sense to have the neighborhood be kind of set in that time period. And back in the day, this is what a lot of houses looked like. In fact, even today, a lot of houses still look like this around here. Ugly tiles, the wood paneling. This is a stereotypical maritime house to me, okay? And I love it. Also, I'm sorry if my microphone is picking up on the fact that it's super windy outside, but I kind of feel like it's the vibe. Like, Maritimes, windy weather, being near the ocean. I feel like it makes sense. I'm not sure how much of it my mic is picking up, but I think I just heard it on the playback. I'm not sure. I can't tell the difference between my speakers and the outside at the moment, but I just thought I'd drop that little disclaimer. But anyways, how are you guys doing? I'm doing well. I just got back from a trip to Halifax, which I think, kind of sparked my maritime enjoyer feelings, and, inspired me to continue working on this neighborhood. If you didn't already know, I'm from New Brunswick and my boyfriend is from Nova Scotia, and I often go to the Nova Scotia to see my boyfriend. And I often yap about it on my speed builds. And I think the true catalyst to me working on this neighborhood again was the fact that we went to a hockey game. And it doesn't get more Canadian than going to a hockey game, okay? I haven't been to a hockey game in years, and I had a blast. Like, it inspired me to create a arena for this neighborhood. Like, this, I'm going full Canadian for this neighborhood, okay? And going to the hockey game was kind of like a last minute decision because we had just got back from lunch, and I looked at my boyfriend and I was like, wouldn't it be fun to go to a hockey game? And he wasn't particularly excited. I'm more excited about hockey than he is. But anyway, I checked online and there was a game in 30 minutes, and I was like, we have to go. And he was like, we don't have to go. And I'm like, we have to go. And after a little bit of back and forth, I convinced him to go. So I bought 2 tickets and we hopped in an Uber to get to the stadium. And then I'm looking down at my phone and I realized in my haste that I accidentally bought a student ticket and a standard ticket instead of 2 standard tickets, and neither of us are students. But I decided to act like I didn't notice, and when the guy rang in our tickets, he didn't say anything, and I like to imagine that he thought that I looked like a student. Like, he thought I looked like a college kid, because it makes me feel better about myself. In fact, I don't think he would have thought my boyfriend was a college kid, because my boyfriend has, like, gray in his beard, and he's balding, which... Like, my boyfriend's younger than me, okay? But let me have this, okay? I'm gonna be like one of those TikTok people that claim that, you know, they look like teenagers when they're like 45 or whatever. And I just relate to that sometimes. Sometimes it's just nice to think you look young. You know, I'm definitely not hurting anyone by assuming that the worker thought I was a college kid and not someone just trying to get a cheaper ticket, okay? Like, just let me have this. But yeah, the hockey game was a fun time. The home team won, and we are going to go see another one soon, potentially. So look forward to that story, I guess, if I even talk about it. I bought 2 standard tickets for this game, though, so we're fine. But anyway, we are getting towards the end of the build now. This build will be available to download, link down below on my Patreon if you're interested in downloading it. Or like I said, you could just wait until the full release of this neighborhood and you'll be able to get this house plus more all in one neatly packaged bundle. I'm not sure why I said it like that. That was kind of cringe. But anyways, if you guys liked the video, please give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more Sims 2 content, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye, guys.